Welcome to Telefyna, the best, simplest performing online stream and local file scheduling player for TV broadcasting. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how to create schedules and manage scheduling. In other words, create playlists and manage scheduling, as well as preview your schedule. The first thing, it's recommended that you name your configuration by a name, or you can as well version your configuration. You can choose to disable automation, which will tell Telefyna to only play the first playlist that you have. Disable notifications will tell the system or operating system to not interrupt Telefyna at all. Telefyna has a Telefiner folder which is stored on the USB drive in case you get one attached to the device, or on the SD card. And then Telefiner audit folder, where you can find your audit logs, that is sitting on the internal storage device. Telefiner runs scheduling every day at midnight. And in case you want to interrupt Telefyna and order it to update or to reschedule things during the day, you can introduce a new file, an empty file, init.txt, and that will order Telefyna to relaunch the schedule on the next program that will be launching or playing. That file can be included in the Telefyna audit folder. You can have the Telefyna playlists or playlists, that is where you have your local programs, the videos, sitting in a Telefiner folder in a folder called playlist. Then you can have bumpers sitting in the general bumper folder. It's a folder called general. The first G is uppercase. And then you can have special bumpers as well as program best bumpers. All the bumpers go into the bumper folder. We also support lower thirds, and lower thirds sit in the lower third folder. You simply you can have folders in the lower third folder, and then in the configuration you point to the lower third starting from the lower third folder, so you don't have to include the lower third name in your lower third name. Telefyna supports custom logos. You can have logos put on the TV, and the logo can either be put on the top or on the bottom. Let's go straight into the demonstration. The same demonstration you can have on this link. Telefyna, to create a playlist, you click the Create Playlist button. Here you will have a number of properties. A playlist can be activated or deactivated through this property. And then a playlist can have a name. Description is anything that helps you to quickly understand the playlist. And then a playlist has a category or a type. It's not an online stream. It's going to be a local folder. And local folders can be categorized into some other kinds, like sequenced folder, random folder, resuming folder, and so on and so forth. Sequenced folder will play the videos in the program. You can have subfolders, by the way, in the folders program. And sequenced will play files ordered by the name. And then random will just randomly select any file at any time. Resuming will resume the next program exactly where the previous play stopped. And then same resuming folder will resume the program that has not completed on the next play, but it will have to resume it from time 0. In other words, it will restart the program. And then the next resuming folder will skip the file or the program that was not completed and play for you the next program in that folder. Each playlist must have at least a URL in case you've set your type to online stream, or a local folder name which is sitting in the playlist folder. And then you can use the color option to simply tell Telefyna to, when you're previewing your schedule, to mark everything that is coming from this playlist that particular color. To display a logo for this playlist, you can use the display logo check. If you enable that, that will look into the Telefiner folder and look for a file called logo.png. So you have to make sure your logo exists there. If it does not exist, it will not show anything. But in case it finds it, then you will be able to get the logo displayed either on the top or on the bottom of the right of the screen. You can have news, or these are called tickets. You can have news or notifications moving below the screen, and those can be introduced through this field, the messages field. To separate one message from another, use the hash key. And then these messages can be ordered to run at certain minutes in the program. For example, you can say, let this run on instantly as the program starts, and let this as well run maybe in 30 minutes within the program. And that's exactly what that will do. Well, the replays is the many times the ticker is going to keep moving on the screen. And then you can have the bumpers described here. The general bumpers, if you enable this playlist to play general bumpers, it will look into the general folder and play everything it will find there ordered by the name. Special bumpers folder can be a folder you create by yourself and put bumpers in. And then you can use that same folder to have multiple playlists to play the same bumpers as well. You can define lower thirds through this section. So a lower third can have a file within the lower third folder. Maybe that's going to be, let me say it's my lower third one, maybe .png, sorry, .mp4. And then you describe when you want that to start. It's almost the same as the when nth minute after start for the tickers. This is when do you want the lower third to show up during the program. Maybe I want this to show up exactly as the program starts. I'll put 0 minute, or I want that to show up on the 50th minute, and then I also want that to show up on the 30th minute. So that's exactly what that's going to do. Once you have your playlist, you can be able to edit the playlist. For demonstration purposes, I have a list of playlists existing already for 3AB and TV Uganda. And I'll select one of these, for example, and it will give me access to all the fields, and I can edit any of these and afterwards save. I don't want to make any changes to this, so I'll have to quit this at the moment. If you take note, both the create as well as the edit have the same sections. So you're just revising what you have. And the scheduling is when you're ordering the playlist to show up on the TV. In other words, you're scheduling it. You're getting it attached to a time. You can choose days and dates, multiple dates, and you can have. But the most important field here is you've got to select the playlist that you want to schedule. In case you want to revise a previously scheduled playlist like this below, you select the playlist that will populate for you, and then you will be able to straight away proceed over and make revisions. And when you schedule, if it's a revision, that will just update. If it's a new schedule, that will create for you the schedule. You can import an existing configuration. Telefyna is caching or storing for you your configuration in the browser, but you can import one that you have in the file through the import option. Select a file, and that will get you the configuration in. And once you've made any revisions, you use the export option, and you'll be able to export the configuration. To preview the schedules that you've created, you use the Preview Schedule button, and that will show up with all the colors that you set for each of the playlists. To delete existing playlists or schedules, use the Delete Schedules or Playlist button. This is a multi-select, so you can choose a number of those that you want to delete, and once you've made the selection, you press the Delete Selected button. In case you've selected a playlist, this is going to delete all the schedules for that playlist. But in case you're deleting a schedule, that will only delete the schedule and it will not touch the playlist. Okay. With Telefyna, you can manage your playlists as well as schedules. And finally, export your configuration and get that installed in the Telefiner folder. It's a file called config.json, JSON. So take note, don't change the name, and use that file as it is within the Telefiner device, and you will be able to get your TV broadcasting settled. With Telefiner, the best, simplest performing online stream and local file scheduling autoplayer for TV broadcasting. Thank you for watching.